What's your goal in life, Joanne? Maybe
So,
to live longer?
Absolutely.
Okay. How about living healthier?
As long and healthy as possible.
Okay, great. So let's talk about that a little bit. Let's talk about some of the health risks, though, that come along with obesity. Unfortunately, it is pretty chronic here in America, but aging is inevitable, and sometimes obesity comes along with that. So as we age, we're really trying to prevent some of those chronic diseases that are linked to obesity. There's actually over 60 of them. Just a few, as we tend to be overweight or obese, you're at a higher risk for type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, even high blood cholesterol, having asthma, sleep apnea, and potentially some mental health issues like low self-esteem. So, how can you really reduce your risk? We're looking at things to maintain a healthy weight. We're looking at how to improve our dietary habits, how to maintain healthy cholesterol levels, not smoking, maintaining the normal blood pressure that would be for you and your doctor to discuss, as well as being more physically active and maintaining normal blood glucose levels.
So, how do we eat a smart diet? We need to enjoy a variety of foods from each food group to help reduce the risk of chronic disease. We need to make sure we get enough protein throughout our day to maintain muscle mass. And we need to focus on the nutrients you need, including potassium, calcium, vitamin D, dietary fiber, and B12. And with age, you may lose some of your sense of thirst, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't have something to drink. You need to drink water, make it your beverage of choice for most of your day, and maintain a healthy weight by following healthy habits and keeping an active lifestyle is really the key.
So, speaking of being active, staying active is important and making sure our body is physically active throughout each day. It's not only great for our physical being, but also our mental well being.
Mm.
Those little small bursts of physical activity actually add up. So, if you're doing about a 10-minute walk in the morning, a 10-minute walk in the afternoon, maybe one in the evening, that all adds up to great physical activity. So, it doesn't have to be a hardcore 2 hour at the gym and going strong. You can add up some activity. We also try to encourage standing up every hour if you can, taking a little walk. If you can't get up, maybe doing some exercises in a chair. We're trying to prevent muscle fatigue and stiffness and making sure we're staying loose and helping keep our blood stimulated and things moving properly.
So let's talk about how to improve and maintain mental wellness. Be sure to go outside and get some sunshine, vitamin D, and you can boost your serotonin levels. And maybe 10 minutes a day is really all you need, 10 to 15 minutes a day. Um, Beyond that, you certainly need a sunblock. Find a couple of minutes a day to just be you and be mindful. Enjoy what's around you. Find something that calms you and keeps you on an even keel. Maintain a positive attitude too, and your self esteem will be great. And laughter really does do a lot for your mental health as well. So incorporate some laughter into your day. And by living a life with more meaningful relationships, this also helps you to be depressed less and decreases your risk for Alzheimer's and dementia. Eat more fish and seafood. Research shows that improved memory function is just one of the many brain boosting benefits.
Well, don't forget about our happiness. It's really important to make sure that we maintain our happiness and keep that positive attitude. Research suggests that to find ways throughout your day to stay healthy and keep your mental health at its optimal height of happiness. We're trying to always increase our dopamine and serotonin levels in our brain. So, what does that for you? Maybe a hobby, maybe a social activity, maybe even your job. Some people do love their jobs. We do, right?
Me too.
So, having a purposeful life and spending time with your family and friends can also lead to some happiness and engage in certain memories you're maybe making in the moment or living and going back and reminiscing about other memories. Finding pleasure in your day-to-day activities have many times throughout the day that can cause you to smile. And if it's a day where you're just not so happy and not so smiling, try to find one thing before you go to bed that day that made you smile. Maybe it's going to bed. Whatever it is, try to think of it as a happy opportunity and help keep you happy for the next day.
So, what about stress management? This is very important in becoming a balanced individual. Stress is normal; we all have it, and we have to learn ways to manage it. And keep in mind that caffeine, sugar, salt, and alcohol increase blood sugar, heart rate, and blood pressure. So, you want to keep that to a minimum. Physical activity can help your body return to normal rates when stressed. So, physical activity, just taking a walk when you're really stressed is a really good practice. Relax by doing some deep breathing, laughter, and muscle relaxation. So, laughter has a positive effect on your physical and your brain health.
Yeah, it's really important how we actually manage our stress also because stress can be things that we can't control or things that we can control, but it's important to know that your body reacts to it either way. So making sure you take the opportunity to maybe do some meditation or walking or just sort of reducing the stress in any way that works for you is important because it will actually put a toll on your physical being as well. So our goal here is to live longer and have a healthier life. So we want to make sure that we do that by using all of these tips and strategies to make sure we can do what we can to live a nice, healthy, long life.